This is Gratitude Month. Any questions after that song? Well, they're not ready for you downstairs yet, so I'll keep you up here for a little while longer. Today, when I'm talking about gratitude, gratitude is a superpower. And it's something that when I got a chance to speak today, and that was the topic that had already been picked out by Reverend Abigail, it was like, yeah, don't change a thing. I'm in. I love gratitude. It's how I go through life. And I will say that gratitude is often a messy topic, particularly in places around cultural. Sometimes not everybody agrees what's a gratitude or to be grateful for, or maybe spiritual. You want to have a spiritual rumble? Ask about gratitude. You get different answers. Also, and just being human, we have different experiences and expressions of gratitude. And the humanness is one of the things I want to start with to kind of clear my air so that I can be grounded for the rest of the talk, is that what I know about gratitude is that for me, it's present. It's a present moment experience, that I can be grateful in the present moment. I've been told to, whatever it is you want to experience, that you should go feel that and be grateful for that's going to be here. And for me, and I know there are people that can do that, but for me, it's like, no, that's not, my mind and body goes, that's then, I want now. And so I do my gratitude practice from the present moment. And so I wanted to, now I can breathe. I clearly state that's my place. And I love gratitude and how it supports me and supports us. But in gratitude as a superpower, it required me to look and see about the difference between gratitude and thankfulness or grateful. And I found this nice little piece about it, about the difference between thankful or grateful and gratitude. Gratitude, it's a feeling of appreciation for big and small things in your life. In many cases, thankfulness or gratitude arise from something specific, like someone holds the door open for you. Now, I'm from the South, we do that, makes perfect sense. However, gratitude is more of a lasting emotion that arises from reflecting on the many things that you are thankful for. Gratitude expands outward. Gratitude goes beyond an event to become a way of life, a state of being, if you will. And I practiced, my gratitude practices led me to be where I feel like it's just part of who I am, to be grateful, to where I move and I want to bring into the room is gratitude. And when I think about that practice, I recognize that it still has, even though it's a thing that's been ongoing, it still really focuses on present moment for me. I look for what's present, what I can be present for in the moment. That may be something along the lines of, I can be grateful that I can say a prayer today that is asking for what I want in the future. But I can speak today for the prayer and the gratitude I have to be able to speak that. I'm grateful that I can turn in a note card with a prayer request on it and know that there are practitioners lining up to pray for me, for you, anyone who turns in a card. I can bring in this present moment to ground my gratitude as I look to the future and learn from the past. But it's in present moment. So as I stay with the present moment, then I'm able to begin to look at what it was like to have it as a state of being, so that when I look at how I want to show up. Now, other examples of emotions or qualities that are states of being are like kindness. Everybody probably knows somebody who just shows up in the room and immediately everybody knows that kindness has arrived. It's just, there are those people. Or there's someone who shows up and, joy has entered the building. Not happy, but joy. Joy, the emotion, the state of being that can transcend all of the other emotions. Kindness transcends all of the other emotions because it's such a core feeling and experience. They're not excluding anything. They just are there. Someone was telling me between services, her and her husband argue about he wants happy, she wants joy. And I'm just going, well, between the two of you, you're going to be all right. So that's fine. And the same with gratitude. For me, gratitude is just a way that I can stand. It's foundational, that I can stand in gratitude, and then whatever is coming at me, I'm in a better place to be able to respond in a way, as the song Levon sang, just to be grateful. And then the other part about gratitude that was in the title that I loved is the idea that gratitude's a superpower. And so I decided to look up superpower and to see what Wikipedia and some other places had to say. And in Wikipedia, it was like superpowers were invented like 1970 or something. And what I realized is when we monetized superpower, that's when they counted it started. Think about it. But in the definition of superpower, it's a special or extraordinary ability, talent, or tool. Thor and his hammer. You know the movie with him not having his hammer? He was pretty useless in that movie till he got his hammer back. So that's a tool example. But the idea of a special ability or something that's extraordinary that we all have some. One of mine is, I am tall. I can get to the top shelf. If you're working in the kitchen, you need that top shelf, you can I'll come do it for you. It's not one I developed, it was someone I was kind of blessed with. Other talents, other things I've done some work with. The one example of a superpower is Levon Hardison. Yeah, she's downstairs, but she knows. She was the singer for our ordination ceremony. And if you were here, you know what I'm talking about. She has a voice and a heart that is a superpower, that when she sings, the words and the heart come together. You may never remember the words, but you will remember how you felt. That's a superpower. That's one that we have, that people have. We all have something that, if you become a parent, you signed up for a superpower. There are all places where we are extraordinary and we have a gift or a talent that this world needs. And so when I look at gratitude, where does gratitude fit in the superpower categories? I'll give you a clue. Ernest Holmes. Gratitude is more than a social grace. It is more than a resultant emotion. Gratitude is causative energy. It is a creative force which acts like a magnet in our life. Whenever we are deeply grateful whatever we are deeply grateful for becomes our experience. Therefore, we begin each day with gratitude and allow gratitude to create for us a beautiful experience. A causative force. Gratitude makes things happen. It's part of the cause. And that's the part of the superpower when we begin to work with gratitude that we bring into our prayers. We teach that a thought plus a feeling creates a result, a demonstration. And gratitude can be part of building that feeling side, can add its energy into our prayers, into our daily lives, into anything we want to take on. And a couple of practical examples. from my business. All right, everybody has had at least probably one opportunity to be in a staff meeting, right? And some of you are glad it was only once. And the rest of us, staff meetings, they have to happen. But I was noticing in my company that, nobody was early. And, we were getting things done, but it just wasn't the experience I wanted my folks to have. And this was back way before COVID. And it's like, okay, what can I do differently? And it's like, well, start the meetings with a gratitude. Me? No, everybody. Oh. And so I let everybody know that we're going to start our meetings with gratitude first thing. There was some skepticism. And there was one person who never quite got it. But when we started it, and I said, okay, I prefer a business gratitude, but I'll take anything you're grateful for. And we started doing it, and then I watched over time how the meetings, people were on time, that we came together, there were smiles, we had our meetings, we did our discussions, and we went out and more energized from having come together when we started with gratitude. I watched over the years how the company's interactions shifted by us having started that simple practice of each of us sharing just one gratitude once a week. Gratitude is a causative force. It was in my business. And I invite you to keep that in mind when you think about, when I ask you later for a gratitude practice, about gratitude practice. More personal, who has a commute still after COVID? And I don't mean from your bedroom down the stairs to the kitchen table, although this may apply there too. All right, I've had commutes, and this was during ministerial school, and then we had to do like a 5-minute talk or some kind of little thing, and I was trying to come up with something. And I recognized that I had started a gratitude practice around my commute. When I'd get in the car and I'd head for downtown, and I'd get downtown, and I would do basically prayer or mantra or gratitude when I got there. And the first thing I started with was, I am grateful for my easy and graceful commute, and I bless everyone who is part of my drive. And I bless all who are part of all my travels this day. Then that's for other things. What I've noticed, and this again goes back, is that when I started doing that, my travels, my commutes, I don't get a chance to stop at a stoplight and actually fiddle with my phone. It's made it so graceful and easy that I'm just always amazed. And I continue every day that same gratitude practice, to be grateful for my commute as a foundation and causative for tomorrow's commute. So I created a practice that supports what I want. I kept it present moment for me, today's commute, but I also allow it to go forward, and I know it's going to bless me in the future. So the superpower of gratitude is a way it can move all around us to support us in what it is that we are looking to have in the way of a thriving life. So superpowers usually involve some kind of, effort or task, or, you think about mythology, somebody gets kicked out of their home, they have to go climb mountains, fight monsters, and come back, and now they're kind of a superhero or something. Or your planet blows up and you land on Earth. The difference with gratitude as a superpower is we get to start right where we are. We can come from where we are and find a practice, a spiritual practice or a gratitude practice that works for you. I have mine. You should have yours, because you doing your practice is the most powerful thing that you can do. Now, for example, I'll share mine. I'm a journal guy. have been for a long time, but it didn't start as a gratitude journal. It became one. It became part of my practice. So every morning, I start my journal and I do 3 gratitudes, typically for something that's happened the day before, but I do 3 gratitudes, not the ones I just did when I got there. And then I look at the day before, and I look at my intentions and what I had planned for the day and what I'd called on Spirit for. And I go, check, yep, we got that one, grateful. Oop, this one's still a work in progress, little W. Again, it's not here yet, but I know it's coming. We're working on it. And then there's sometimes I have no clue what's going on this one, but I don't think it's the one that's going to stay. Sometimes the answered prayer is, you might want to refine that or maybe let that one go. And that's okay, because it sets me into a new place. But I use that, looking at yesterday's intentions, to inform today, and it's part of gratitude, because I see how things are progressing. I see at the foundation that it's working, and I can use that then when I write my intentions for this day, what I want to have, what I want to experience, what I want to get done, what I want Spirit to take care of, my partnership with God. What's going to be God's job today? What's my job today? By doing it in a sense of gratitude, I feel a deeper connection working with Spirit in my day-to-day and my business life. If you're going to start a gratitude practice, you're free to do the big giant leap and see how it comes out. Some people do that. I give you permission to start a gratitude practice by taking just the smallest step you can take. That's enough. Just take a small step towards towards a gratitude practice. See how that works. And then you get to decide, I'm going to take another step. And I take a next step in building a gratitude practice. Some days you may not even take a step. That's okay. But the journey is more important than the destination with gratitude. So every step you take in the direction of naming your good, building your gratitude and awareness of what's going on and how you're being blessed. As the song said, to see the world that is around us and breathe the breath of God. That's the small steps we take. So look around, find what works for you, and take that small step to begin moving forward. Encourage a present moment, at least for the start, and that you get support. Anything worth doing is worth doing with support. And there are all kinds of support available. We've got over 60 practitioners that are willing to pray, that love to pray, that want to pray. Back in the back is a box. You can put in a prayer request, and the practitioners will take and pray over that today. If you want an in-person, you can come here in the circle after service and be held in prayer immediately after service, in person. We have online 24-hour prayer service available. And the beauty of each of those is that those prayers can be celebrations and recognitions that you want to have greater affirmation of. Turn those in, people. When you have something good, celebrate it, be grateful for it, get the practitioners saying yay and amen for you, and let the universe know that's what you want. Because that's what gratitude tells the universe. I like this. Bring more. Use your practice to do that for you and take advantage and get support. Maybe even have a gratitude buddy. Someone that celebrates your successes, your wins, and your journey with you and each other. And if you have a Sangha, maybe every now and then make it a gratitude Sangha day. But again, it's having support in this journey, because for me, I know it's the journey is what's important, not necessarily the destination. And finally, I will promise you this, that gratitude will change you. It's changed me. It's allowed me to be more present. It's allowed me to be more receptive when someone wants to give me something. And it allows me to say thank you much easier. It also allows me to give more, to show up and be more expressive. Gratitude will change us. Just like if you practice kindness, it will change you. All of those emotions do. So that's why I encourage the small step. Make the changes manageable on your journey, and just look for it to have fun. So my invitation for you this day is simple. We only got 2 weeks left in November, right? It's 17th, 24th, something. I bet you $1 that if you start or up your gratitude practice for the rest of this month, that your gratitude expression and experience will be different. To borrow from Wicked, I mean, you may not be changed for the better, but you'll be changed for good. Yeah, and so, see, so I'm not worried about losing any money on that bet. So again, I invite us to just see how the rest of this month goes as we play with gratitude and welcome it into our lives. And so don't join me in prayer. Gratitude, an opportunity to be changed for good. I welcome that. I invite us each to welcome that for the one mind, that one presence that is love, that is gratitude, is so willing to move into our worlds, move into our lives, and support us and lift us to that greater good, to be changed for good, and in a journey in a way that supports us in ways we had not even imagined. So I thank you for being here this morning. I'm grateful to be able to speak these words and share with you. And as we move out, I know that spiritual law is moving to support all of us. And we affirm this prayer by together saying, and so it is.